we're just kind of winging it. But I thought this was the best way that I could get my presentation in, as well as you guys seeing me talking. So, see how this goes. So I had swine nutrition, and swine is actually pigs. Foods to avoid in pigs: sweet/high sugar foods, dog food, cracked corn, milk, fish, meat, fruits, and potatoes. Water. Pigs should have self-access to clean, fresh water every day. Things that affect water consumption is age, type of feed and consumption, temperature, status of lactation, and health status. Water quality is important as excessive minerals in the water may cause diarrhea/other nutritional problems. I'm sorry if this is like crooked, but honestly I have my phone sitting in my salt and pepper shaker right now, so it's the only thing holding it up. And here I have some different pictures of different waters that you can use in like commercial pigs. There's some piglets drinking out of like a water nipple. And then there's these ones that's like the same concept, it's a water nipple, but there's a bowl where if they push their nose up against that, it kind of fills the bottom of the bowl. Where there's this one and there's just a flat surface type thing that they push, which fills the bowl with water. Energy is influenced by weight, genetic capacity of lean tissue growth, and environmental temperature. Protein and amino acids. Of the 22 amino acids, 12 are synthesized and 10 need to be supplemented through diet. Arginine, histidine, isoleucine, leucine, lysine, methionine, phenylalanine, threonine, tryptophan, and valine are the 10 amino acids that need to be supplemented, and a lot of times they're through meal, so cornmeal, blood meal, can't remember what that one is, and canola meal. Minerals that they need are calcium, phosphorus, sodium, chloride, potassium, magnesium, sulfur, iron, copper, iodine, manganese, zinc, selenium, chromium, and cobalt. So their needs for phosphorus and calcium, they're primarily used in skeletal growth, but also plays an important roles in metabolic roles in the body. Deficiencies of these would be rickets and osteomalacia, because obviously calcium plays a vital role in bones. Sources that we can get the phosphorus and calcium are mono/dicalcium phosphate, defluorinated phosphate, and steamed bone meal. And I have some memes on there, but you probably can't see them, but it's a thing of steroids. What you look like with steroids, you have thin bones and calcium. It's a skeleton with buff muscles. And then this meme says, "I'm not the best cat" meme. That's pre-phosphorus. Funny. Sodium and chloride. These minerals are common in salt. The recommended level of salt is 0.25% in growing and finishing diets, 0.5 to 0.75% in starter diets, and 0.5% in sow diets, Another meme, I was going to make a sodium joke, but then I was like, nah, sodium. Again, funny. Potassium, magnesium, and sulfur. This is ample in most pigs' diets. Usually in what you're feeding your pigs is already readily available, so you don't need to supplement them in. Magnesium oxide supplementation has been used to prevent cannibalism. There wasn't really much for studies to back why it caused the rates of cannibalism to be lower, but I did find studies that said it helped. Iron and copper. They aid in the formation of hemoglobin, therefore they help prevent anemia. Piglets should receive a shot of iron as milk is very low in it, so when they're piglets and their only source of nutrition is their mother's milk, they don't get iron, so they become iron deficient, so they need that shot. Copper should be supplemented at 100 to 250 mg per kg. and that is a very effective growth stimulant. So, iodine, recommended amounts is 0.14 milligrams per kilogram is the requirement for all pigs across the board. Doesn't matter where they're at in their growth or their growth stage. Iodized salt, if fed at the daily nutritional requirements for sodium, will meet the requirements of iodine. Deficiencies: sow may produce hairless piglets that are weak or stillborn, and goiter is also another deficiency that we see. Manganese, I don't really know how you say that word, but manganese is essential for normal reproduction and growth. 2 to 4 mg per kg is needed for just regular growing pigs. 25 mg per kg is needed for sows during gestation and lactation. Grow all them babies and produce all that milk. Zinc is needed to be supplemented at 1,500 to 3,000 mg per kg. That has found to increase pig performance in post-weaning period. Deficiency is parakeratosis, so I'd be like greasy pig, and I have pictures of those there. Can't really see them. But if you're watching this and you're looking at my slideshow, then you should be able to see the pictures. Selenium, the recommended amount is 0.3 mg per kg, can be added to the swine diet, but it is closely regulated by the FDA. Deficiency is nutritional myopathy. Chromium is required in pigs, but the quantity has not yet been established, so they're not sure how much you're supposed to supplement, but it is a cofactor with insulin. Cobalt is present in vitamin B12 and does not need to be supplemented into the diet because it's in vitamin B12. Vitamins. So the vitamins that swine need in their diet is vitamin A, vitamin D, vitamin E, vitamin K, riboflavin, niacin, pantothenic acid, vitamin B12, thiamine, vitamin B6, choline, biotin, folacin, and vitamin C. Vitamin A is essential for vision, reproduction, growth, and maintenance of tissue and mucus secretions. I couldn't find the exact amount that they needed in their diet, but it is essential that they have it in their diet. Vitamin D is needed for necessary bone growth and ossification, so the deficiency, you'll see rickets. Here's kind of a picture. I couldn't find a very good picture of them, so I don't know how common it is in pigs, but you can kind of see their legs are kind of swayed a little bit, a little deformed. Vitamin E is a natural antioxidant in feedstuffs. A deficiency shows poor reproduction and an impaired immune system. Vitamin K, we all know this is necessary to maintain normal clotting. Deficiency is poor clotting and easily hemorrhaged. Riboflavin is involved in carb, protein, and fat metabolism. Swine diets are normally deficient in this vitamin. Niacin is in most cereal grains that are completely unavailable to pigs. Natural forms are found in animal byproducts, brewer's yeast, and distillers' solubles. Pantothenic acid, found in legume meals, milk products, and brewer's yeast. Vitamin B12 contains cobalt and plays numerous roles in metabolic functions. Animal products are good sources of this, usually included in vitamin premixes for pigs. Thiamine plays an important role in swine, but no need to supplement, as grain and other feed ingredients supply an ample amount in the diet. Vitamin B6 is important in amino acid metabolism. It's present in high quantities in natural feed ingredients fed to pigs. Choline is essential in normal functioning in all tissues. The natural ingredients in feed meet the requirements for growing pigs. 440 to 800 mg per kg added to gilt/sows diets has been shown to increase litter sizes. So increasing the amount that they get for sows shows that has its benefits. Biotin is plentiful and it's found in corn and soybean meal, yet supplemented in reproductive sows has shown to improve their performance, so upping that in the repro sows shows that they have better, bigger, and healthier litters. In some instances, it has also helped decrease foot lesions in swine. Filasin is sufficient in natural diets. Some studies show when supplemented to sows/gilts, their litter size was improved. Vitamin C, pigs synthesize this at a normal rate to meet their needs, when they're just growing, but studies have shown that supplementing them to wean pigs under stressful conditions have helped improve their performance. Fatty acids. Linoleic acid is needed for their diet. Corn oil is high in linoleic acid, and it's found in natural ingredients of feed. So this is a video which shows the principles of body condition scoring in swine. I'll get my phone and then I'll get up close so you guys can watch it. Oh shoot. Before I start, I just want to say that I had a hard time finding a good picture for the body condition score of pigs, so I found this video that I thought explained it better than I could.
For animal welfare and for optimal productivity of your herd. Sows that are too thin will have health and quality of life problems. Sows that are too fat will struggle to perform their job in piglet rearing. Hello, I'm Dr. Elizabeth Hines, the Penn State Extension swine specialist, and in this video, we are going to discuss the principles of body condition scoring in swine. When evaluating the body condition of a sow, you should focus on the face, shoulders, pelvis, and top line to determine the amount of body fat on the sow. From this evaluation, you will assign scores to animals based on a scale, using either a 3-point or 5-point scale. We will use a 5-point scale for this video. The amount of body fat increases as you move up the scale from 1 to 5. To help with body condition scoring, let's look at how pigs put on fat. Pigs generally accumulate fat from the front to back. They gain weight first in the jowl, shoulder, and top line. As they put on more weight, the ribs, flank, belly, and hips fill out, become rounder, and lose visual muscle tone. When you evaluate body condition, you will look and feel for key bone structures. As swine lose weight in the pelvic area, the tail head and the ilium, or the hook, of the pelvic girdle become more prominent. As they lose more weight, flesh will increasingly leave the hindquarters, as well as start to fall away from the flanks, ribs, and scapular bones, or the shoulder. Finally, under extreme weight loss, fat will be noticeably absent from the jowl, leaving sharp jaw lines and facial bones. Visibility of ribs, spinal processes, and hip bones are only observed in pigs with a body condition score of 1, or emaciated, and is inappropriate for any stage of production. Body condition score increases as the flesh of the pelvis increases, creating a rounder appearance. You can also visually appraise the angle of the vertebrae. Here are the two extremes. On the left, you can see the sharp angle of the poorly conditioned sow, which should be classified as 1. On the right, you can see the shallow angle of an overly conditioned sow, which would be classified as 5. The prominence of the vertebrae is a measure of the amount of subcutaneous fat and muscle along the loin. Now that you have a better understanding of pig structure for body condition scoring, let's put it into practice. Begin by examining your sow as a whole. This will give you a general idea of the animal's body condition score. Next, evaluate the condition on the face. An animal with a very thin face has a lower body condition score. Then evaluate the prominence of the shoulders. An animal with ideal body condition score, you will be able to feel the shoulders, but they won't be visually prominent. Next, evaluate the prominence of the hip and tail bones. Thin animals will have a prominent tailhead, while fat animals will have a rounded tailhead. Finally, evaluate the top line. From behind the shoulders to the hips should be a straight line. An animal that is straight in front of the shoulders to the hips is too big. An animal that sinks in at the flank is too thin. Assign the body condition score based on the results of your examination. Animals with a score of 1 are emaciated. You can easily see and feel their ribs, back, hip bones, and pin bones. Animals with a score of 2 are thin, but their shape feels and looks smooth. Animals with a score of 3 are ideal. Their shape is smooth but structured. Animals with a score of 4 are rounded. You can't see their bones, you can only feel them with firm pressure. And animals with a score of 5 are overconditioned. You can't see or feel their bones. Ideally, you want to have animals that have a score of around 3 at all times. Falling too far outside of the ideal range is what leads to reproductive complications. This means that regular body condition score of your sows can help you manage nutritional needs and reproductive performance as your sows move through each stage of gestation, lactation, weaning, and breeding. Body condition scoring is a useful tool for evaluating herd health and productivity. The more animals you evaluate, the better you will become at determining condition, welfare, and productivity of your sows. This